Hey, Paul here. We've been talking about retiring early and often, and it's a divorce survival tool. So I know that many of you out there have had the midlife marital disruptions, let's call it. A midlife divorce in your 40s is something that's financially devastating. And if you haven't been through it, let me just tell you, it is a difficult thing to recover from, but you can do it. And part of our REO coaching program is how a REO program is very helpful in a divorce financial recovery. So let's hit a couple of the top points. Stay to the end of this video, by the way. Leave us a couple of comments. If you have questions, go out and reach out to us with a question. Share it with anybody you know who needs a little encouragement that's going through a midlife divorce. So when I say midlife, let's use my example. I was divorced at like 44 years old, gave away everything that I had earned, which was a lot of net worth and real estate and all that. And it was totally worth it, by the way. I never looked back for a second. My daughter and I are very close because of how we handled our financial arrangements from that period of time forward. She was young then, and I will tell you that it's just really important to live up to your family obligations. That's just my theory. So there will be nothing in this about skipping out on your child support, your alimony, your obligations. It's all about actually how to create a second financial life. And retirement early and often has that feature of being able to create an entire second financial life, right, when you've had a midlife disruption. There are many people who go to work for a corporation at 25 and they stay there for 40 years. They retire at 65. They get a gold watch in retirement. That's fine. This is not for them. This video is about people who've gone through a midlife financial disaster disruption. And I know you've got worries and I know you need some help. But let me just tell you that anyone who's re-entered the work system a few times and taken time off understands how valuable it can be to re-jumpstart your career with a new company, re-jumpstart it with a company that you've researched that has great stock options and get great benefits. So let's look at our notes and get to retirement, saving, and also divorce saving techniques. First, you need three things when you get divorced. And I think that those three things can be solved by retiring early and often. You need wealth building. You need to have income. Because if you have obligations, you have to have income, right? And you need a retirement plan. These are the three things. You need to rebuild like you're a 22-year-old. Rebuild your wealth. Like I did from 22 to 42, built up a lot of net worth, give it all away, okay? So you need to rebuild your wealth. Income, very important. If you get divorced and you have obligations and you have little people that depend on you, and if you've got alimony and you've got child support payments, these are very important legal obligations, so you need income. But then, if you're 40-something and you don't want to work forever, you want to be able to get out with a pension fund. So let's just talk about this. Between 45 and 65 years old, if you enter the right get the right frame of mind and enter the job shopping as part of rebuilding your financial life. It may be the best thing you can do to change your career, use the skills that you built, because when you get divorced, you don't get divorced from your skills. You don't get divorced from your experience. You're getting divorced from your, spouse that you started off with. That's what divorce is all about. And you're not getting divorced from your children. You're not getting divorced from your skill set. You're not getting divorced from your gray matter. However, you need to look at where you can deploy it the best. In our practice over the last 50 years, we've done a lot of divorce recovery consulting. And let me just tell you, there are big benefits to changing your career midstream, changing your company midstream. It's a fresh start. You get re-energized. I had somebody change companies to go to a public company. Now, by the way, when I mention something like public companies with pensions, you can reach out to us. We have a list of the top public companies that offer defined benefit pensions. And if you went to work for one of these companies, they would start putting money into your pension fund, not out of your pay, their money. A defined benefit pension plan from 45 years old on can vest you in a very substantial pension payment you paid nothing for. This is free money. And I know if you get divorced, financial things are tight, and people will say, oh, you have to save and max in your 401k. Well, that all sounds great, unless you've been through it. If you're doing maximum child support and you're doing alimony, putting the max in your 401k could not be financially feasible for you. So, number one, let's look at the top companies that you could work for that have defined benefit pension plans, okay? Number two, There are great companies out there that provide 100% full 401k match. Now, we worked with a client recently and they were putting away a lot of money to their 401k plan and they had like a 4 or 6% match. I mean, that's great. But if you're putting in 22,000 and your employer's putting in a full 22,000, that rockets, it's like a jetpack to your retirement. It rockets you forward. Oh God, that was dumb. We let the battery expire somewhere between Boston and Vancouver Island. I'm in the ferry line right now to go over to Nanaimo to visit more relatives in Canada. But if you stick with us, I'll be doing part 2 of REO divorce recovery, right? Just to follow us, subscribe, or click on the link in the caption below. And next week, I'll finish recording when the battery is full, all the rest of the parts of how you do a midlife divorce-oriented REO recovery. I'll see you again next time on Smart Financial.